Welcome back to the latest installment of Bis Auf Plays Minecraft on the Bis Auf World single player survivor server. I'm Bis Auf, and this is me attempting to build a server or build and survive in vanilla Minecraft version 1.8. If you have a moment, hit the subscribe button to make my day, and if you feel up to it, give a like or dislike on the video. Likes and dislikes, same to me. You'll notice today that the video and the audio does not sync up worth a darn, and the reason for that is I screwed up. I made a big speech yesterday how I learned so much about video and editing and such. And I made another video for about 17 minutes or whatever, and then I inadvertently hit the mic mute button and recorded for another hour and tried to make 6 or 7 more videos and screwed up. So here we go. Let's commentate, and we'll add this audio in over the regular video. As you see there, a creeper just blew the hell out of the house. I was trying to put new chests down and finish the storage area, and of course, when you know it, a creeper comes along and blows the hell out of everything. So I just replaced the floor, the walls, and such, and we just don't get too excited about things like that. They're just creepers. They come around all the time. They're gonna blow stuff up constantly. Matter of fact, a little later in the video, you're gonna see a lot of creeper explosions. I screw up a lot. So as I said, I hit the mic button and turned it off, and really upset me because I was trying to be smart and record the videos in smaller sections, making them easier for my editor to compile and handle and such, and didn't work, because now here I am watching all those videos over again and commentating. So back to commentating. We just broke all those blocks we placed earlier to mark the location of our chests, and now we're going to make some more chests and finish up the storage area completely. And then I'll look off in the middle of nowhere for whatever reason. Oh yeah, it's getting dark in here, and I'm thinking, hey, my luck to be some zombies or creepers spawning in here, so let's put up some more torches and keep the bad guys out of the house. That looks good. So now I think we're going over and we're going to finally pick up this chest and take the rest of the contents inside. As I mentioned before, I'm getting rid of all this wheat, and eventually I'll cover that up and build something else in that area. Here I am admiring my beautiful farm. So back into the house. Let's use the door even though the windows aren't in yet. And let's put things where they belong. Oh yeah, there was a hole in the roof we forgot to fix. That's fixed. And now let's get the rest of these chests down that we forgot to put down a few minutes ago. And look around, see if things are right, and start putting things where they belong. This is our food chest. I'll eventually put signs on all this because, silly me, I sometimes forget what's into the building I'm in, and it's a mirror image one side to the other, so I put the signs on there so I know what's going on and where everything is. Oh, there's a witch in the window and attacking me and throwing potions at me. That's why we need windows, folks. Without windows, witches will come in and hit us with potion after potion, poisoning us and forcing us to pull out our sword and running and hit them in the face with it. Bang, 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 bang. There you go, you're dead. Give me some redstone and 2 sticks. Wow. Thanks a lot, Mr. Witch or Mrs. Witch. You poisoned me, crawled through my window uninvited, and then you poisoned me in a... Oh, slowness is even better. So if anything else wants to come along, it can kill me too. Thanks a lot. Okay, now what were we doing? Trying to put our stuff away in the proper chests. We consider redstone a precious ore, so we'll put it in there. Eat a little food. Hopefully that'll gain our health back. Let's see, drop off all this dirt. Let's see, I think this is our mob drop box. Anything that a mob drops, like bones or zombie flesh, string, such, we'll put in that chest, and this is just our plants and other catch-all garbage. Might find something to do with them down the road, but for now we'll just collect them in this chest and then use them if we get a chance. If not, we'll just throw it all out. Let's see, we're going to stack our wood here correctly. We're going to make 3 rows of each type of wood. Logs will be in the first 3 rows, then we'll put planks in the next 3 rows, and then we'll put the sticks in the last 3 rows. And once we fill those all up, we'll probably be set for wood for quite a while, but we'll still keep our tree farm over here. Now what we need to do, I think, is, what we're doing now is, oh yeah, let's get some sand and let's make some windows. I saw a little clay there. We don't really use clay much in my worlds. I'm not much of a decorator or plant potter, but I will use them down the road as dog food dishes once I tame a few wolves. And then we'll get as much sand as we can carry here, probably a stack if we can get that many. I don't want to spend time fixing water flows. I like the water to be non-flowing because it's quieter that way. So I usually don't do things to screw up a source block and make it flow. So we'll take the sand back over, throw it in the furnace, and start cooking it up into glass. After we get the glass, we'll make glass panes, and then we'll use that to fill in all of our windows to keep witches out. Looks like we're running a little low on charcoal as we're there too. Also, I haven't had a chance to do any mining yet, get any coal, so we'll just have to continue cutting down trees and burning the logs and make charcoal. That chest there is going to be our extra stone and sand and gravel, and anything that's not cobblestone or dirt will go in that chest. So I guess we're going to pick a little bit of sugar cane to keep up on our sugar supply. I'll eventually make paper too, so we can be ahead of the curve when we need to make books and bookshelves for enchanting our enchantment table and to enchant books later on down the road. But for now, we're just going to turn everything into sugar, and we'll use that sugar, pumpkins, and eggs to make our pumpkin pies. But of course, we have to find pumpkins before we can do that, so eventually down the road we'll have our pumpkins and we'll have most of our supplies on hand to do an unlimited food source that we don't have to keep feeding and feeding and feeding, because we'll just have it. So let's see, we need a little bit of wood. Fill in this space over here that I forgot earlier. I've been jumping through that window so often, still forgot to fill in the space. Now we'll start making our glass panes. Probably won't have enough to finish this set, but that's fine. We've got plenty of glass blocks coming up in the furnace here. We'll be able to finish all this. You'll also notice in the back I didn't pay attention when I replaced the wood and cobblestone, and we have an uneven window. I wanted 2 panes on each side, and somehow I screwed up and didn't get that correct. We'll see here in a minute and we'll fix it. I didn't underestimate how many windows I'm going to need too. I like to have a lot of windows so I can see the stars and see anything sneaking up on me, and eventually I'll use the windows as my deterrent for creepers, because creepers can't see through the glass. You noticed earlier he blew up the place because there was no glass. If there had been glass in that window, he never would have seen me, and the walls wouldn't have gotten blown to hell. I don't know why a creeper can't see through glass. None of the mobs can see through glass, really. It's really weird. I can see through it, but they can't. So now we fixed it in the back. Now what do we want to do next? Let's get the rest of this glass out of here. Put the rest of our windows in. Of course, we didn't have enough sand, so we'll go ahead and do 8 more pieces of sand. I'm going to pretty conservative person when it comes to using my resources. I don't like to waste resources. That's why I usually don't cook under 8 pieces of anything at any one time, so I can use the entire amount of charcoal or coal. Waste not, want not. So now we'll make some more charcoal since we're very, very low on charcoal. Cut the rest of these trees down. And we'll probably complain about the super oaks growing and how we're having to constantly burn them back down. Of course, I don't have any steel and flint at this moment. That's how I usually take care of those taller trees. I don't like to build up and try to harvest the rest of the logs. I just cut the tree down and then burn it. Boy, this is really upsetting me that I forgot the sound on this, but that's okay. Okay, we'll keep collecting these trees up, collecting the trees. See what we got. We're out of saplings. We'll have to collect up some of these saplings and replant. Got an apple on the ground, so we'll pick that up. Eventually, we might use that for golden apples or notch apples, as some of the higher level enchanted apple is. But we'll probably just use them for nothing at all. We probably won't even bother converting zombie villagers back into regular villagers, because I usually prefer just building an underground water system and floating them over that way. Unless, of course, we get them all killed off, which is a pretty good chance, because we haven't been over there lately to see if any zombies are torn the hell out of the village. I guess we need to start getting a plan together eventually and decide what we're going to do. I definitely want to get the animal pens built, and after the animal pens are built, we'll have to lure in or find some slime balls and make leashes and just walk the animal straight into the pens. I prefer that method over luring, because luring, you always put out that piece of food that they look at, and then they'll follow you for 300 blocks, and the last 30 blocks they just get bored and walk off. And there you are standing there holding a carrot, and they're destroying all your farms, jumping off of pumpkins, and such a pain in the butt. Oh, there we got all of our windows in. Aren't they pretty? What's the next item of business? We still forgot to do that charcoal, but we'll remember that in a second. But it's getting late, so what we're going to do is call it a day. And I want to thank you for watching. It's been a fun day today, doing everything twice.